an overreaction, and I'll probably regret admitting I was thinking it. But, we've sat here talking about the Lions and specifically this defense because it's a train wreck. And you're getting next to nothing from Aiden Hutchinson. Now, full disclosure, I never wanted Aiden. I wanted Thibodeau. And I don't know if Thibodeau will be better or worse. Hell, Aiden has every opportunity. He could be the best player in this draft. We haven't seen it yet. But we did a bunch of shows where Rico took a bunch of criticism for the Jordan Davis thing. And while Jordan Davis at 2 probably wasn't the right move, if Jordan Davis is on this defense, nobody's gutting you for 200 yards. It's not happening. No one's just lining up and running on you. And before you make fun of Jordan Davis, he plays on a defensive line rotation of one of the best rooms in the league.
So a bunch of all-pros.
Right, with guys like Fletcher Cox and Hargrave. And, they've got real dogs up there. And when he's played, he's flashed. And he's looked good. And I started thinking about it. And it's like Rico brought up this Sauce Gardner thing or Jordan Davis. And it's like they could have drafted just about anybody and have gotten more through 4 games. My concern with Aiden is the same. He looks physically overwhelmed. And that is a real scary thing when you're a lineman, to be physically overwhelmed. Now, look, he's a smart kid. He's a talented kid. You're going to have to figure out some counters. He might have to do some work on his body. They may try to bulk him up. And I
don't think it's a try. I think they will.
Okay, well, look, I talked to somebody who knows a hell of a lot of football the other day and talked about, look, man, it's 4 games. But you remember Justin Smith out of Mizzou, the big-time draft pick for the Niners? He came in as a pass rusher. And quickly, they moved him to a 3 technique and added about 30 pounds to him. Mm-hmm. And he ended up having a really great career. I don't know if that's the move, but I'll just tell you, I don't see this unbelievable explosiveness. I don't see the repertoire moves, and I don't see impact.
No, I think you're going to have to, man, you definitely got to put at least 20 pounds on him.
Well, then he's not the same player at that point.
And I was going to say, and you got to get him to keep the quickness that he has.
Good luck.
Because it's not that quick.
Right. It's early. So I'm telling you, this is First Take. This is Stephen A. This is an overreaction by me. But I'm telling you, I was thinking about it. That through 4 games, having the worst defense in history, and you use the number 2 pick on a ready-made, remember we were always told, ready-made pass rusher. Mm-hmm. We're bringing him in. He's ready to roll. And you know the comment that killed me while I was watching the game was they talked about how Aiden had said the NFL is way more physically demanding. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, you're not in Bloomington this weekend. Because next week, you're going to line up against somebody else. You know what the problem was yesterday? He was useless against a pair of rookie tackles.
I didn't even think about that.
Seattle starts 2 rookie tackles.
And they're using his aggression against him.
That's how they run the wham plays, because he runs himself right out of the play.
Exactly. We're going to let you go all the way out and go deep into the backfield.
Yep.
And then the quarterback steps up and either takes off and runs or has bought himself 2 more seconds because you run yourself out the play.
Now, look, you get to write your story every week. He's got all the time in the world. But we have to talk about things honestly. You're through a quarter of the season, and if I graded it, I'd say he was a solid D-.
Well, you know why you're doing that.
Sparty.
Of course.
Yeah. Or
you're just mad because Tuck ain't coming.
No, Tuck losing. Tuck sweating. He ain't doing much else.
Tuck sweating.
Tuck sweating. You got to come out with those shirts. Tuck.
Oh, David, I can't even throw a flag because it's funny and true at the same time.
What you need to do now is get some towels and put Tuck
sweating.
Look at David
Forget
with the
T-shirt.
marketing.
Tuck sweating, boosters bleeding.
All right, maybe they can promote that on the Fox Big Game Kickoff.
Oh, you mean the Michigan Road Show? How the hell is Michigan, Indiana the big noon kickoff? You got Texas and OU playing. That's not a flag.
No. How do you do it with a straight face and tell America, oh, yeah, we're headed to Bloomington next week? For what? Midnight Madness? Trace Jackson Davis? No, football. Indiana actually has a football team. Yeah, their fans don't even know that.
Sorry.
Everyone wants to see that game at noon.
All right, so
signed Absolutely no one.
Right. So look, if that's crazy, you can tell me I'm crazy. It's something I was thinking about. Like, no, I'm not telling you Jordan Davis at 2 was the right move. And hell, I know what's happening. Well, they could have drafted Davis and moved up to get him. You're right. Okay, you're right. I'm not going to rip the J-Mo pick being that the kid hasn't played yet, and we knew that going in. I think he's going to be an outstanding player.
Okay, but let me stop you right there. That's where I had the problem. It's not Jameson, okay? I think he may be a good player. Could even possibly be a great player. It was the fact you're the Lions, and you can't afford to waste a first-round pick on a player who can't impact the game at least until halfway into the year.
So here it is. Then we'll just put it all.
And then you double down on that with your second-round pick.
That's what I was just gonna. All right, we'll put it all out on the table. If they had taken if they had moved up to take Davis and drafted a wide receiver,
Pickens,
pull up the second round.
Pickens.
They could have taken Pickens.
Yeah.
If they would have taken Jordan Davis and Pickens, would they be better off? Yes. Okay. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Because you know I like J-Mo, and you know I like the pick. But as we sit here right now, and we're looking at the number 2 pick being bad and largely useless, and the guy you moved up to get isn't here and might not be here for a while, and the second round pick isn't healthy.
But see, that's why. Because you didn't go get free agents, you had to hit with your draft picks. You couldn't afford.
What other receivers could they have gotten not named Pickens? I just want to see.
And you know what else I want?
Tyquan Thornton, Sky Moore, Alec Pierce. That's what I immediately see after that.
All right, that's fine. That's all. David, I just needed to hear some other names.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. So you know what? Maybe Brad Holmes, you want to start that conversation? Go ahead. What am I going to say?
Like, those guys could be great players, but you need help now because right now, they do nothing for you.
What's the record if they have Jordan Davis? Are you bold enough to say they'd be 2-2 guaranteed?
Yeah. Yes, because you know why? You would have gotten a defensive stop yesterday.
Yep.
You scored 45 points. You would have won that game. And Lions fans would be talking about how exciting it is. And you know what we'll be talking about today? Hey, maybe Goff is that guy. My goodness, Ben Johnson won't be here next year because he's going to be gone. That's what we'll be talking about today. But we're not.
And again, heading into next week against New England.
And you know what else? Pickens would at least be out there. You would have somebody catching the ball along with Hockenson.
Pickens needs a quarterback to throw him the ball, too.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say is...
Yeah, because he's
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, it's cool.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm done. It sucks. It sucks.
No, go say it.
They do things I like, and it's still just... You don't even get a chance to see it unfold because the season is such a disaster, because the defense is the worst thing in history, that I'm sitting here already doubting the Jameson Williams pick, even though I love it, even though I love the player, even though I love the boldness. I wouldn't have been... Look, I thought they were moving up for Davis. I love Jordan Davis. I wanted Davis. I just couldn't do it at 2. But I think about that now, and I go, you know what? I mean, hell, they could have taken Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. Where would they be? Rodrigo and Dean. I mean, you're telling me Nakobe Dean couldn't have beat out Anzalone? Nakobe Dean with a blown-out pec still is better than Anzalone.
You're right. But I think Dean would have been on brand for the Lions. You can't afford to draft anybody who's injured. If they're not ready to play come the fall, pass. Because you need all able bodies here. And that's why I was just like, please don't do this.
Maybe Aiden would be better if he was playing next to Jordan Davis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I know now?
You know what, Mike? I do
Aiden's
think
bad.
No, because I think that would be it. Because Jordan Davis would command a double team. Because people are like, well, he didn't do much sacks. Well, it wasn't the sacks. It was the fact that
occupation.
He made everybody else around him better because you couldn't just let one person guard this man. But
so if I'm stupid for thinking that stuff, you guys can tell me. I'm just admitting it because I don't care about feeling stupid. It's just, this job, you got to talk to the people and you got to tell them what's on your mind. And I thought about it.
No, it's not that. But like I said, you're the Lions. You can't afford to draft people and then wait until another year or so. Certain teams can get away with that.
I know.
You're not one.
Thank you for that. That's a great reminder.
I'm just saying, certain teams like, I took this person, kind of put them on ice, going to redshirt them this year, and they'll be ready in a few times. But
just talk to the people? I have had enough.
248-539.
I just want nice things.